Today we continue talking about profiles. As I have mentioned earlier, profiles are defining like a costume that we are wearing and how we are interacting with people, how are the people perceive us, what roles we appear in, what roles consciously or subconsciously we represent. So I have already mentioned profile 1-3. Let's look at it again. So line 1 represents foundation of the house. If you remember, I have been referring to the house. So line 1 is foundation of the house, somebody who wants to understand deeper, who wants to collect the information, to investigate. So line 1 is called investigator. Whenever you have people who are very interested in information, want to prove that information, want to research the information, they don't usually trust something that somebody told them. They're a bit skeptical. That's usually line 1. And they have to make sure, and they have to check and confirm, because otherwise, what can we build on? So the whole foundation, the whole structure of our knowledge, of our behavior, of everything in life can be built on this first line. Then line 3, which is referred as a martyr. Why it is called martyr? Because without trying on its own experience, line 3 cannot get the real, true, practical experience. So when we connect line 1 and line 3, what do we get? We get an investigator on the personality side, because the first line, the first number in profile, the first digit in profile represents the personality, and we get somebody who by the energy has a tendency to try everything in practice, like touch it, like really open it, like really not just investigate it, but it actually happens. Things happen to third line, and only then, with confidence, having a practical experience, they can explain how it works or how it doesn't work, because in the end, third line represents the basis of the human experience. From the people that I know, profile 1-3, usually people who study a lot. If it's their profession, they will dig their profession to the core. They will get into courses. They will know. They will constantly learn, and they will never pretend like they know it all. They're very professional, like teachers that I met, or like one I know, she's like a healer, but she have studied like to the core, like from the medical side, from the anatomical side. And then you would expect these people to become some form of authority, because now they know so much, they have studied so much. What I have seen is that 1-3, and they are very reluctant. They're very reluctant to actually go out and stand in front of other people and actually share from the position of a teacher what they know. So you should be quite lucky to get to them, and personally, like in the form of client, or maybe convince them that you would like to study with them. And then you will see how much wisdom, how much practical wisdom these people have, because the line 3 makes them actually have it all in practical way, without just generalizing, without just the theory. So they have kind of researched everything in theory, and then they have tried it out. They can be a bit on the pessimistic side, but that is just looking to a practical side of it. 1-3 can appear to be pessimist, which I think they aren't really, but they are just like, what's the worst thing can happen? How can we prepare for it? Like in practice, what can be the possible outcome? And then let's prepare for it. Let's be ready. They are never um, setting like some kind of optimistic goals and achievements, because you know what? When you know more about it, you know more also about what can go wrong, and you're very cautious. So I would call them really cautious. And building confidence in relationship for these people is very important. You have to have a proper foundation for the relationship. It cannot just, have whatever the situations have to have a proper way for them in order to build the foundation for relationship. This is what I see. They have to see what role they play. They have to investigate the behavior of another person. They generally, I think 1-3 generally tend to investigate the behaviors of others, understand how they other works, how they can interact with them. They can um, allow you to see certain things about them, which is they can decide. 1-3 can decide which part of you they let you see until they are more comfortable to let you see more. The advice I would give to 1-3 personally, just because I know so many of them, is you are one of the best teachers that I have seen, and you definitely deserve sharing your knowledge. Maybe getting into some kind of, like, maybe having another partner or having a support team will help you to simply trust that it will go well, that the way how you will share your knowledge. Most of you have investigated enough that world deserves to know, because the point is there are others who have investigated and tried and practiced much less than these particular people, and then they feel free to share. And I just always feel sorry that this level of knowledge that is digged out and already has practical foundation is being held just because 1-3 doesn't really have the confidence to share. So I do really encourage 1-3, please share with us, bring your wisdom and practical knowledge to everyone, when of course it's correct for you and when it's right for you according to your strategy and authority.